Hello! Welcome to Saturday Afternoon Adventures. I'm your host, Robot Spacer, and we are here to wrap up King's Quest V. If you came into the stream early, you heard some tunes from this Sierra soundtrack collection I showed off last week. I decided, I might as well play some songs from it instead of just talking about it. So that was most, but not quite all of the King's Quest V songs on here. We started off with the theme, then Graham's theme, then Casima's theme, including some lovely classical guitar by Mark Seibert, the composer. Then we had the Bandits and the Dark Forest. And now we're...
And I'm the Stream Ghost.
That's on Secret Crush. Now we're listening to the actual game music of Casima's theme. And there's a couple more King's Quest tracks on there that I was thinking I would play when I take a break later on. Hello, Val. Hello, Silver Streak. Good to see you both. Silver, not Sliver Streak.
I wonder if that's an actual user.
Maybe. Silver started playing Quest for Glory 5 Dragonfire last night, which was very cool to see. I actually have a copy of it, which I believe was given to me back when I was a beta tester for King's Quest Mask of Eternity. Speaking of which, this is a good opportunity to share this little thing I found the other day, which is a stack of alpha versions and one beta build of Mask of Eternity.
That's quite a stack.
Yeah. I'm gonna open up this. It's kind of interesting because they started out with these black and white printed versions, and then as the alpha got later in its stages, they printed up these fancy full color ones. But then the one beta copy they sent me doesn't have any kind of insert. It's just a label. So I feel like they were clearly starting to feel the pressure there and didn't have time to
press for time.
Do a fancy disc to send out to their beta testers. Anyway, here's the cover. Hey, Culinary, good to see you.
Hopefully everybody's behaving while I get my mod stuff set up.
Nice sheet with the controls here and a very cool label with the exploded Mask of Eternity itself. Trying to get this out. Now, there's nothing too interesting in there, so I'm not going to bother trying to extract that. You get the idea. I found those the other day and I just thought it was a fun thing to show off. I am excited to eventually get to that game. I know it does not have the greatest reputation amongst King's Quest fans, but it's very interesting, and like I was saying during Silver's stream last night of Quest for Glory 5, it's interesting how there's just huge differences in Sierra's approach to 3D games, and they just did a lot of very different, very experimental things, and I'm glad they got a chance to do that. I wish they were able to survive longer so we could see what a really polished and modern 3D Sierra game would be like, but it's cool that we got to see some early approaches. Let me just catch up on chat real quick here. Silver says, oh wow, if I remember right, I got no covers with my discs. Interesting. So anyways, King's Quest V, I have one other thing I wanted to share. Actually, before that, I also wanted to mention a couple things. These are more relevant to my Tuesday streams, but it's coming up in the next few days before my next Tuesday stream. So I wanted to mention, I've mentioned a couple times in the past, Paul Morgan Stetler, the star, Curtis Craig himself of Phantasmagoria 2, has been doing a lot of streaming and like interview videos and stuff on both Twitch and YouTube. And there's a couple coming up that are particularly interesting. On Sunday, he's going to interview Robert Holmes, the composer of the Gabriel Knight games. That's going to be Sunday, March 27th at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then on Monday, he's going to start playing Phantasmagoria 1 with Victoria Morcell Hemmingson, the star of Phantasmagoria 1 herself. And that's going to be Monday, March 28th at 12:30 p.m. Pacific time. I just wanted to mention those in case anybody is interested. And here is the Twitch channel. He recently did a stream of The Beast Within. I did not have a chance to catch that one myself. Okay, so back to King's Quest V. The one little bit I wanted to share before we get back to the game is the hint book, which we have not needed. I believe I got this PDF from Sierra Gamers. It's a nice little website run by Ken and Roberta Williams themselves. So I don't know if they actually run it, but they Ken Williams definitely posts there frequently. I kind of think he is the one running it, but I'm not positive. Just want to clarify it. I'm not 100% sure on that. Anyways, they have a lot of cool different downloads. Like there's a page for every game. They've got downloads of like the cover art and usually hint books for the games, lots of PDFs of like magazine articles about the games and stuff like that. So this is the King's Quest V hint book. The greatest adventure in the history of Daventry is about to begin. Bold statement, journey into danger. And the reason I wanted to show this off, fortunately we did not need any actual hints, but there's also some really cool concept art in here. This is an art designer's first concept for the house of the witch who lives in the dark forest. Then we have very burly looking King Graham. An older man, yet very stout, was the art direction which led to this final model of King Graham. This one does not have a note underneath it, but you can see that is absolutely Mordak, our main villain. Whoop. I accidentally swiped the wrong way. Here we have some smaller thumbnails. This says, the finalized storyboard, a portion seen here, was the foundation for all movement and scene design. A well-constructed storyboard is essential to visualizing a game. So we have the Crispin's house where we start out. I think that might be an area in the dark forest in the middle there. and then the town at the beginning of the game. And on the next page, we have another section of completed storyboard. This part plots the movement from the bakehouse through a section of forest where Graham was originally supposed to meet a peddler and onto the edge of the dark wood. Let's see. A lovely rendition of everyone's favorite owl. Cedric looking very handsome in his little vest. We have an artist's early concept of a surface detail of Harpy Island. The drawings and painting following this concept became the art we now see in the game. Not terribly different from the finished art. This is an early artist's conception of the Dark Wood, the original name of the Dark Forest. It serves as the basis for all the Dark Forest designs that follow it. This one seems like more of a conceptual, like I don't see anywhere for a character to walk around here. It's just kind of a setting the mood of the plant life in the Dark Forest, I think.
More for vibes.
Yeah.
Than planning.
Let's see. Here we have the finalized Harpy designs seen here are a product of many pencil variations which, once distilled, ultimately led to a final model. The first concept for the Ice Witch's dwelling, it would later become the Ice Queen's castle. And we have our wonderful friend Dink, who we met last week. Looking very stylish in their fancy hairpin. This drawing was to set the character of the Swarthy Hog Inn and town. It was later decided to separate the inn from the town for logistical reasons. This sketch served as the final guide for designing the genie. This is an art designer's first concept of Crispin's house and yard. Although some changes occurred in the final color version, the basic concept remains intact. A little bit more of an overhead view. It's interesting. This actually looks like a dock rather than the bridge that's in the final game. And I think that's it for the concept art. I also wanted to share, these are all the hints, of course. And at the end, eventually, yes, we have some maps. Particularly interesting to me was this map of the desert, which seems to suggest that I was wrong in thinking there was some like randomization or like inconsistency to navigating the desert. Judging by this map, it's completely consistent, and honestly, it would not surprise me if I just frequently lost track of exactly which square I was on, because it did seem like it was almost consistent. So I just thought that was interesting, and also like this little detail, death by scorpion bite if you go down in that corner. And then also if you go too far in these two directions, you just have endless desert until you die of thirst. Or more cliffs if you go that way. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to show off there. I think we're ready to get to the game here. This is not actually where we left off. I mostly left it there so we could compare the two versions of Casima's theme. Let's see, we left off upstairs. So we're fully into Mordak's castle now. In many rooms, there seems to be something watching us. We frequently have a face or sometimes just a single eye that is watching us as we move around. This is the top of the stairs. Downstairs, we frequently encountered a unusual blue creature that would shove us into a portal that would take us to a prison cell. Off to the left here, we're frequently encountering Mananan in cat form. And if we hang around any given area too long, it seems like Mordak will pop in and zap us. Excuse me while I rearrange some things here. Get my maps out. I think we're almost done mapping. Oop. Let's see. So we're here. We have bedroom off to the left, and then south of the bedroom we need to squeeze in a library. But I think in this save we have not gone in yet. I got zapped when I went in there. So we'll start by going over that way. Hey, Elvish Cat, good to see you. Enjoy your lurkin'. There's Mananan again. The black cat eyes Graham suspiciously. I bet. Okay. So there's a book here we need to look at, which we only get a brief look at. Large tome lying upon a corner desk attracts Graham's curiosity. I guess you gotta use the hand icon to read it. There we go. This looks interesting. Graham wonders what the symbols mean. It looks to me like a bunch of different spells. And that's all we get to see of those. If we try to look at it again, it says the strange symbols have been burned into Graham's memory. There's no need to look at them again. Perhaps they'll be of use later. This may very well lead to our death again, but I'm gonna take a minute to draw this screen. Also, as mentioned, we got a little eyeball at the top of the screen here that will follow us around. Oh, there's Mordak. Goodbye, King Graham of Daventry. I'm going to pause on this. Oh, I can't pause here. Well, I'll just draw as quickly as I can. Poor Graham. Mordak shows no mercy. I'm not completely positive, but this might be the last room to draw in the game. I'm not sure we have anywhere else to go. At least I don't think we ever go anywhere else. I'm pretty sure we're finishing up in the castle here. And I think we've uncovered all the rooms now. All right, I made some notes about the the few odd items we have to work with here. Of course, we have our piece of moldy cheese, which seems to be a power source of some sort for a magical contraption we found in the laboratory. We tossed it in there, and there was some electrifying things happening, but it didn't seem to accomplish much. I think we were missing a piece of that puzzle when we threw our cheese in there. We also have a bag of dried peas. Let's see if I can find my notes here. The dead fish we found on the shore, probably murdered ourselves on our way in. I noted the glass bottle in the lab upstairs. I believe this is referring to the bottle that our family and castle are inside of. We have an empty pouch. I don't know if there's anything we ever do with that. And then, of course, we have these spells we've learned. Hopefully, if we do this quicker, we can learn our spells and get out of here alive. I think I will do a quick save. At least we got in there without Manon. I don't know if Manonan seeing us makes any difference or not. I missed this comment. Mordak looks kind of like Sinbad. He's got an interesting little peaked cap on him. Unusual. Looks very evil wizard like. Let's see. Library. I'm just seeing if there's anything else we want to check out here. Many books and scrolls line the shelves of Mordak's library. As Graham looks them over, however, he finds them mostly unintelligible. I guess this is just like a weird ladder thing to get up to the higher shelves? Numerous books of various scholarly subjects lie scattered atop a nearby table. So, I might be making up false memories, but I have this feeling like there's a bag somewhere and that we need to stuff Manonan into a bag for some reason. I don't the O I did just now is because our peas are in a sack that would probably be about the right size.
Dump out the peas and put a cat in there? Right.
I feel reasonably sure I'm not just making things up here. Also, I don't remember if I think I said this out loud, that I kind of feel like we might be able to use the peas to trip up the blue fellow we met downstairs. Mm-hmm. Let's see what happens if I use the bag on. It won't sway the cat. Graham's in trouble. Okay. I guess that's suggesting we're trying to feed Manonan?
Or bribe it in some way?
Right. It's not really what I had in mind, but sure. So let's open the About menu. Let's open this lovely About menu. We don't get any music while this is open. That's too bad. Maybe we'll just It's okay if we get zapped again. I'm just kind of thinking through it here. Our main goal, of course, is to rescue our family and our castle. So we need to get them out of here. Goal number 1. Goal number 2, almost as important, we presumably want to get them back to normal size. I think that this wild machine up here is how we accomplish that. I mean, I feel like that makes sense. It's got, let's go up there real quick. It's got a couple platforms on it. Oop. Oh, I took too long, I think. There he is. Well, I was trying to show the machine. It's got 2 platforms on it. I feel like we could, if we could pick up this jar and put it on one of those platforms, maybe that would make sense. Or maybe we need to just put our family members on there individually. I suppose I don't know if we actually need to rescue the full castle or not. I suppose it's also possible that Crispin will help us get everything back to normal size, and that maybe that's not something we need to do ourselves. I'm just kind of like, there's got to be something we do with that machine, right? And then kind of our third, less important but probably necessary to complete the game goal is to stop Mordak in some way. Maybe we turn him into a cat also. I don't know.
Cats for everybody.
I really have no memory of how we address that problem. And I can't really think of anything either. Y'all, this blinking thing seems worse today, and I apologize.
I keep trying to look at the stream to see if it's happening. Okay, there it goes. I kept missing it when it was happening on stream.
Meowsis. Hey, Efton. Good to see you. So I'm gonna go back downstairs and see if my defeating the blue meanie with the power of dried peas if that holds any water or not. Hey, David Alexander, good to see you.
Is Blue Meanie its official name?
No. He's blue and he's mean. I should go ahead and make that my active item so I can get back to it quickly. So my thought is, uh-oh. You, how did you get here? I have journeyed far over land and sea. Never mind, your journey is now over. Okay. I assume... Yeah. I figured Mordak would be coming for us shortly. Alright, we don't need to see that again. Yes, the cat that is apparent. Occasionally, that's the word I was looking for. Occasionally, oh man, maybe I should back up further before we come upstairs. The black cat that is occasionally on the ground is Mananan, yes, who, as you may remember, is the evil wizard from King's Quest III that we fed a disgusting cookie that we crumbled into some porridge and turned him into a cat. Cookie? I mean, he seemed to enjoy it, but it was very gross to look at before we hid it in the porridge. It had hair sticking out of it. Okay, let's back up to the foyer, I think is a good one. Oh, this might be too late. Okay, we have our fish hook, so that's good. I'm hoping... Oh, oh, he got us. Shoot. That was interesting. Like, I left the screen, but he still kind of instantly grabbed us. I really don't know if this dried peas goof is anything. I did the wrong save, but I'm determined to try it. Are there any King's Quest games which have... Okay, here we go. Yes! Got him! A large beast lies knocked out on the floor. Are there any King's Quest games which don't have a jerk wizard in it? I guess King's Quest 4. Yes.
I mean, King's Quest 4 does have a jerk sorceress.
Right.
Which is kind of the same thing.
Right. I honestly don't remember 7, who was the primary villain in that one. And I don't fully remember who the big bad guy is in Mask of Eternity either. They're definitely a jerk, but I can't remember if they're technically a wizard or not. Anyway, so we knocked out this beast, but what now? We have an empty sack, which, as I was theorizing, might be useful for dealing with Manannan.
I mean, if nothing else, it seems useful that it's not going to be able to grab you and bamf you into jail. Right.
It's just, my thought is, it's knocked out. Is it going to stay that way? I don't know. But let's do a save. Can we get our peas back? Grams wants no part of this beast. I guess we can't get the peas back. Let's see. So I backed up. We still have our fish hook, but we have not been upstairs yet in this timeline. So I'm going to go over into the bedroom and hope that Manannan is there, and then we can see if this cat in a bag theory is completely made up or not. A brown empty sack. You, how did you get here? I've journeyed far over land and sea. Never mind, your journey is now over. Okay. So he's just going to stand there while the cat runs away. Not very helpful, Graham. It's interesting how sometimes that dialogue happens. Maybe it was because I tried to interact with him? I don't get it. But it seems like if we get that dialogue, then Mordak shows up pretty soon and we're toast.
Yeah, he's like running off to snitch.
Right. So that's a problem. There he is again, down here. Okay, so if I try to stuff him in a bag, this always happens. So maybe I just made that up? I feel like...
Is it maybe something that you wanted to try and never got an opportunity to?
I don't know. Also, another thing I just thought of is, as we know from the beginning of the game, there's sometimes multiple ways to solve problems. What if that was the wrong use of the dried peas and I can't win the game? What if I give Manon a fish and then he'll be distracted eating the fish and then I can put him in a bag?
Could work.
Okay, good news. My memory is somewhat functional, and we have dealt with Mananan.
Cat's in the bag.
The cat struggles in vain inside the bag. Once again, we're doing terrible things to cats that you shouldn't ever do. This cat is an evil wizard who enslaved many children. I just want to point that out. Feast strats, yes, thank you. Okay, we're doing good. We're doing great. We've now used the dead fish and the dried peas, and we've dealt with Mananan. So I don't know if this means, like, there's still lots of things watching us, so I assume there's a possibility for Mordak to randomly show up at any time. Oh, wait. Important to save. Okay, let's go in the library again. Get our spells, I assume. I'm pretty sure we're learning some spells here. And as you may recall, we do have a magic wand. It has never worked. We've tried to use it many times. But we've had it this whole game, and Crispin did tell us that if we care for a wand, as he apparently did not, it might eventually be of some use to us. He just kept it locked away in a trunk. I don't know what's up with that. Also, I'm now starting to wonder if we're going to finish this game very quickly. I feel like we got to be close. Tears come to Graham's eyes as he sees his beloved family and castle held captive inside a large glass bottle. I don't think we can pick this up. Yeah, it's quite large. Looking at his frantically waving family inside their glass prison makes Graham's heart break as he realizes his inability to save them from their terrible predicament. Right, we also have this, some hot coals, I think, over here, which I don't know that we need to do anything with, but it certainly draws some attention to itself. Hot coals burn in an open pit fireplace built against a side wall. Do we need to murder somebody in the fireplace? Just a thought. I don't know. Also wondering if, relatedly, perhaps relatedly, if the cat in a bag can be picked up or not. I didn't think to try that. It wouldn't be wise to carry around the cat. Okay, just checking. Graham is too kind to yeet a cat into a fireplace, even if it is an evil wizard. Well...
What hopes?
I mean, we did... 100% push an evil witch into a fireplace at one point.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that kind of self-defense?
I mean, in that particular timeline in which we committed the act, I don't think the witch had done anything to Graham. Mm-hmm. He had merely broken into her house, stolen some of her stuff, waited for her to come home, and then pushed her into the fireplace. Just saying. But they weren't a cat. True. All right, let's check out this contraption again. Hopefully we can do this without dying this time.
Yeah, I feel like pushing a witch into a fireplace is fundamentally different than tossing a cat in a bag into a fireplace.
Yeah, I guess I would agree. It certainly feels a lot more gruesome and horrible.
And cruel.
Yeah.
Like, the witch is, you are equal to the witch, and or the witch could easily overpower you with magic.
Right. Mananan can't really do anything other than snitch on you.
Right.
At this point. Behind Mordek's strange contraption lurk other baffling magical implements. I don't know if there's some tiny object back here we could click on that's important. So we have some gurgling liquid here. That's where we threw the moldy cheese, and it did something. Like, it got all electrified and seemed like something was happening, but then it just kind of ended after a while. And then we have what looked like two platforms on either side with a weird thing hanging above them. Graham has no idea what Mordek does with the strange contraption, but it couldn't be good. Inside the lower portion, a foul-smelling liquid bubbles while two dangling spiked gizmos hang on a massive yoke above a couple of flat iron platters. So there's got to be something we put on these platters. But I don't know what. Like, my gut feeling is that this is how we get our family back to normal, but it doesn't seem like there's anything we can do with them. They're in this huge jar. We can't pick it up. We can't really interact with it in any way. Bizarre machine looks very intimidating and confusing, which makes Graham reluctant to touch it. Conversely, it also intrigues him. What happens if we use our cheese in a different way? What if we put our cheese on a platform? Oh. Okay. Graham tosses the moldy cheese into the machine's bubbling liquid. That is not what I tried to do, Graham. Okay, so we can't even do anything right now. I'm just going to go ahead and restore. I don't think we really learn anything throughout that animation. I should have done another save after we got our spells. Oh, he's just there in his bedroom. Okay. It's the first time that one happened. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Okay. Whew. I mean, yeah, it is his bedroom. Honestly, where is he when we don't run into him? Like, he's rarely just hanging out in any of the rooms of his castle. Maybe he's like Mananan and he frequently goes on vacations to some wizard seminar or whatever. Okay. Wizard's greatest punishment, cat time. Indeed. There's this thing which almost looks like it's part of some puzzle, but I don't think there's anything we can do with it. Can't even look at this. Like, it looks like there's, there's a circular etching with what looks like different symbols in each section. But I don't think we can do anything with it. Graham looks up at the leering figure but sees nothing of any use. I also just remembered we had this room downstairs with the organ. And we tried playing it, and I think soon after playing it, we maybe immediately after playing it, we got by Mordak. But what if there's something we need to do with that? Maybe after we've dealt with Mordak in some way? I don't know. I'm just looking over this map here. We've got laboratory, we've got this upper room we're in now, bedroom, library. We've got the kitchen where Cassima is. We've got that organ. We've got the dining hall. Didn't seem like there was much to do there. Got the downstairs part of the stairway. We've got the cell. The cell is where we found the cheese, which I should make a note of. Just for future reference. And then we've got the stairs coming up from the maze, sort of a pantry area, which is where we found the peas. I really don't know what to do. When Mordak shows up, I don't think I ever have any opportunity to do anything. So I don't know how we could possibly defeat him in any way.
Right.
Oh. Once again, he's just standing here. Yeah, I have the hourglass, so I can't do anything at all. And it just immediately force chokes me. It's interesting that I feel like him just suddenly being in a room is specifically because I've dealt with the other two threats. Blue Guy and Mananan. Like it didn't happen until I did that, and now it's happening quite frequently. Just be saving every time I'm safe.
Always be saving. Save every 10 seconds.
Yes, thank you, Val. Maybe I should look around here more. Maybe I should stick my hand in the hot coals. There's nothing but burning coals inside the open pit fireplace. Okay, good to know. Can we throw our cheese in there?
Toasted cheese.
Exactly. We cannot. I feel like most of the items we have, like cheese, we know we got to use for that. Everything else we've used at least once. And then there's the magic wand, which just fizzles and dies.
What's that thing next to the key? In your inventory?
This is an empty pouch.
Okay.
Which may have a purpose. Maybe we could put our family in that.
The empty pouch is different than the cat sack.
Yeah, the cat sack is downstairs with Mananan inside it now. Okay. The pouch originally had 3 emeralds in it, which we used to lure a gnome into a trap.
Okay.
And then the gnome gave us some very nice shoes.
Got it.
And then we were left with the empty pouch, which may or may not have any sort of purpose. Let's check out our family again. We just get that same text every time we click on them. Can we talk to them? I don't know if I tried that.
Did you try?
Okay, no.
Putting them in the sack?
I tried putting them in the pouch, yes. Okay. We just get a no icon. Let's try breaking the glass jar with this hammer. No. Let's try... I tried the wand on the jar, right? Yeah. Let's see if my family might want this moldy cheese. No. I'm out of ideas. I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything else of interest in here. There's lots of contraptions, but most things just seem to give me the general room description. I feel like there's got to be something we do with this fire. Could we do anything with our crystal? Maybe I should explore more. Maybe I should go talk to Cassima now that we've both dealt with a couple of foes and seen my family in the jar. Maybe there's some dialogue about either of these things. Here's this organ. Let's try playing this again. Both to enjoy its lovely tune and remember exactly what happens at the end. Graham watches in horrified fascination as the grotesque organ begins to magically play a weird tune all by itself. Oh, we can actually do stuff while this is happening. I don't know if that's useful in any way. Okay, and then he just shows up immediately when it's done and zaps us. Okay, good to know. Maybe? Maybe it's not actually useful to know. While Princess Cassima busily scrubs the kitchen floor, Graham tries to figure out what to do next. Okay, so no help from Cassima. It won't help Princess Cassima in any way. It's a cool crystal, though. Maybe she would just like to have it. Do you think she would want this cheese? No. Hairpin? I thought maybe she could give the hairpin back to Dink. I mean, I don't think we need it at this point. Fire burns hotly in the fireplace while something in the iron pot boils above it. Do we ever try to take that? Stuff boiling in the pot doesn't look or smell too appetizing. I remember now that we did try that. Graham can see nothing that interests him. Hideous yet fascinating pipe organ commands attention as Graham walks through a downstairs hallway. Just for kicks, let's try playing the organ and then going upstairs or something. Like, I can't think of anything to do there, so my other thought is maybe playing the organ causes something to happen elsewhere. I kind of think that's a no. It was like, as soon as I left that room, we weren't even hearing the music anymore. Look around this room some more. Another thing I just remembered is we still have access to the labyrinth. And Cassima mentioned something about her two friends, Dink and Sam. And she made a comment like, maybe you haven't met Sam. This is Dink. This is the door that leads into the main part of the castle that we're in now. That's where the cell is. There's lots of different dead ends. I don't know who Sam is. My thought is maybe we need to find Sam. You talk to the gargoyle head on the organ. I don't think so. Like, I tried to look at it and it wouldn't even let me do that. Oh, blue guy's back.
Huh.
Yeah, I didn't even notice when we came back through here, but you know, he wasn't on the ground anymore. I figured that would probably happen. No, we cannot talk to the head there, sadly. Uh-oh. Here's a thought about this happening again. Is that maybe this is kind of the game's way of encouraging us to go through the labyrinth again. So we'll explore here some more. Well, I assume Cassima will come let us out again. I hope so. Nothing else of interest in the mouse hole. Or maybe we can move this block ourselves now? The stone can't be budged anymore. Water dripping down strands of slimy vegetation hanging from the ceiling forms a small pool on the cell's cold stone floor.
Gross.
Yeah. I mentioned the water last time we were in here.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it draws a lot of attention to itself.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So we just die in here.
Oh.
You can only get stuck in the cell once.
Good to know.
Cheer up, Graham. At least you're not alone. Because there's a rat in here? Is that... I mean, I guess that's nice. It's weird because it doesn't really make a lot of sense that Cassima wouldn't come rescue you again. The game kind of suggests that the stone can't be moved anymore. But... kind of goofy. Is there anything else we can do in here? Graham looks in astonishment around this strange foyer filled with an assortment of bizarre oddities. Graham gapes at an odd figure of a bird-like yet reptilian woman. Is there anything we could interact with here? Like, this statue has its own description, which makes me wonder if we can do anything with it. Curiously, Graham looks at the strange figure. There is nothing of use here, though. Okay. Bird-like. A huge monstrosity of a skull-like figure leers over passers-by of an upstairs hallway. Just had a thought that maybe I can, like, use my wand on the book of spells to, like...
Recharge it?
My thought is this is my way of communicating to the game that I would like to learn these spells. No. Okay. It seemed like a thought. Might be the coolest room that you can't do anything in. The old wand doesn't seem to have any vitality left in it. Strange statue of a winged woman sits close to Mordak's bed. A lot of different winged humanoid creatures around Mordak's castle. Huh. I clicked on this, there's like a bust of a person over here.
Oh.
So special thanks to Robin Bradley and the rest of the QA staff. Fascinating. I can't help but wonder if this is Robin Bradley's face, or if that's just a completely random interaction.
Thanks, QA.
I think I will go explore the labyrinth again. Hopefully I can get there without getting caught. Okay. Grab my handy little gram indicators here. My thought is that we'll just kind of check out all of the dead ends real quick, just to see if anything has changed. I'm not going to keep exact track of where we are, just because I don't think it's necessary. I'm just using this to give us a rough idea. There are these little creatures we see, that yellow one just now. I don't know if there's anything we can do with them or not. Oh. Huh. That's where we came out of the cell. It's interesting that it's open, because if we get thrown in there again, it's closed. That's the hole through which Graham exited the dungeon. So we could crawl back in the hole if we want to. Presumably that's in case you missed the cheese. Stone block rests on the ground near a large hole in the cell wall. Oops. Anyway, I don't know if I ever finished saying, my thought is I'll check out all of the various dead ends here, just to see if anything has changed now that we've done a lot of stuff. Specifically now that we've learned about this Sam that apparently lives down here as well. Oops. Over here now. That's where we came in initially. Oh. I don't think... Like, I feel fairly sure these creatures are just for atmosphere. Graham can't catch the creature and wouldn't want to. I hope they're just for atmosphere, because you sure don't have much opportunity to do anything with them. Okay, this is where we met Dink. They're no longer here. Graham looks around in terrified confusion as he finds himself in a labyrinth somewhere underneath Mordak's castle. I mean, we know our way around at this point. We're not really terrified or confused. But sure. Cannot give the green creature any cheese. That was back here, by the way. Okay. I think we have now covered all the dead ends. I don't know if this reference to Sam is just a completely offhand reference that is not meaningful. Maybe one of these little creatures crawling around the walls is named Sam. So we're over here now. I checked this one, right? Pretty sure. Yeah. I suppose there's also a possibility I missed something earlier in the game, which is kind of a scary thought at this point. I've gotten myself a little disoriented. I should have been using my map better. I think we ended up back here. I thought I could just kind of haphazardly quick my way out of here, but I was wrong. Okay, I think we're facing there now. And if I go left, we should get out. There we go. Okay. Nothing more of interest in the cupboard. Allegedly, nothing else of interest on the shelves. Cassima too busy scrubbing the floors. Princess Cassima looks glad to see Graham. Perhaps she feels he can help her get off this horrible island. That happened when I tried to steal her cleaning rag, by the way. I'm just kind of clicking things at random at this point. I'm a little bit stumped. But, I will ask this. If anybody in chat can answer this. Have I missed anything earlier in the game? If I missed something from like before the point where I first went into the labyrinth, give me a yes, and I'll be very sad if you say yes. We've got lots of saves, so we can back up, but like, I can't imagine what I would have missed. Can I have a seat? Graham isn't interested in sitting around right now.
Do you want some tea?
Sure. Oh! So rude. Cat struggles in vain inside the bag. I'm fairly sure we're done with Mananan now. Huh. That's unusual. I'm clicking the wand on the bag with Mananan inside of it. And it's just nothing happens. Absolutely nothing. That's super unusual. Generally, the game handles this like if there's no response to an action, it gives you a red X. Also, most things, if we click the wand, it gives this... Graham gives the wand a good shake, but only fizzles and dies. That's very odd. Oh, shoot. Let's go back to a different save. I've got a variety of saves here. Upper hall. That are just different rooms at the same level of progress. I feel like I have to be missing something fairly obvious. I might have to bust out my hint book. I thought we could make it through this without the hint book. Also, remember that time earlier and I was like, wow, we might be about to finish the game.
You have been on for close to an hour and a half, so it might be a good time for a break also.
Yeah, that's true.
Walk
Our
around.
usual hint people are absent from class. Yeah, sure.
Walk around and think before you have to consult the hint book, maybe.
Sure. I want to experiment with this contraption a little. I feel like there's possibly something I'm missing here that we can do. Graham hesitates. This may be the wrong thing to do. I'm just gonna... Okay, so if we click on there... He's hesitant to do anything with it. That doesn't tell us a lot. Let's just go through all of our items. I'm gonna use every item we have on this contraption. Tried that already. Oops. Oh! Oh! Is this how we recharge our wand? Oh. Am I missing something, though? We have two platters. I put the wand on one platter. We know the stinky cheese goes in the bubbling liquid. So what happens to the second platter?
What did you discover?
I put the wand on the contraption.
Ah.
I think this is how we charge up our wand and get it working again.
Neat.
But I feel like I'm missing a piece.
Do you need a second piece of moldy cheese?
Maybe. Like my thought is maybe we can transfer power into the wand from something else, but I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Let's put the cheese in and see what happens. Graham tosses the moldy cheese into the machine's bubbling liquid. The machine put on quite a show, but didn't seem to accomplish anything. That's the same text we got when we didn't have anything on either platform. And now Mordek's here to kill us. So my thought is there must be some item we're missing. Like, just kind of thinking it through logically, like, I do feel like this is possibly a machine for, like, transferring power. Like, we've got two platforms. We know we can put a wand on one platform. So our wand doesn't have any magic left in it. So surely we need to put something on the other platform that we want to transfer into the wand, right? That seems like it makes sense. So thoughts are... another wand, an evil wand. I don't know if that makes any sense. Some other magical item.
A cat?
I don't know.
I suppose if you can't pick up the bag.
We can't pick up the cat.
Yeah, never mind then.
Maybe there's a different magical cat we can steal the magical powers from. That will also let us pick it up. I don't know. Anyways, as mentioned, this is probably a good time for a break, so I think I will go ahead and do that. Also, during the break, I'm going to play a couple more tracks from the... where'd that go? From this very nice... Sierra soundtrack collection. We have... Maybe I shouldn't do this yet. The next track is Crispin's theme and then the closing sequence. But we'll go ahead and do it. It's fine. We'll still enjoy the closing sequence when we get to it. Hopefully the musical themes won't spoil too much for us. So I'm going to do that, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, so that was the end of the game. We won. Congratulations, everyone.
Kind of a weird move to end the game with Graham's death.
Yep. Whoa. Oops. Sorry about the beep. I accidentally clicked on the restore dialogue here. I was just saying to Unsecret Crush, I feel stumped, but I don't want to look up hints. So we're just gonna... Oh. That was a little loud. Sorry about that. We're just gonna do our best to try to figure something out here. I feel like... Let's explore over this way some more. There's got to be something we're missing in some room. And upstairs seems the most likely to me. Thought of lying on that horrible bed is totally revolting to Graham. Like, the main things I can think of to do right now are deal with Mordak in some way. I have zero idea how we might accomplish that, especially with a busted wand and very few useful items. And then the other thing I can think of to do is to figure out the machine. Like, that seems like the best bet. But I think surely we need another item to put on the other side of the machine before we toss the cheese in. Some kind of magical item, right? Right?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
That's okay. I'm just thinking to myself mostly.
Yeah. Why is our health insurance company emailing me about reducing single-use plastic in our home?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a real good question. Huh. The eye isn't open. Does it only happen when I move into the room more? Huh. No?
It's sleep?
Oh. Yes!
What?
This is what we need. Mordak just went to bed.
Ah!
And now I'm thinking
Stab?
we can steal his... Stab him. We don't have a knife.
Oh. Steal what now?
I'm thinking we can steal his wand.
Okay.
That was my main idea for the machine.
Should maybe save quickly.
Yeah. That was my main idea for the machine is if we put Mordak's evil wand on one side, we can, like, transfer his wand's magic into our good wand. Like, I don't know why we couldn't just use his wand, right?
Right, sure.
If we're transferring magic, aren't we transferring evil magic? I don't know. But I feel like this makes some amount of sense. And now we finally have an opportunity to do something here. Okay, his wand is right here. It's got a little glimmer on it. Mordak lies asleep on his huge, horrendous bed. I saved, so I'm going to see what happens if I try to wake him up. Oh, now would not be a good time to bother Mordak. That's fair, I guess. Mordak's wand lies temptingly upon the small table near his bed. It is very tempting, I agree. Let's take it. Yoink. Okay, let's walk over here. Don't want to get too close to him. All right, this feels good. I think we're close. Oh, look at all that magic coming out of his wand. Mordak's wand glows brightly with restrained power. Interesting.
Indeed.
I want to try something. What happens if I try to use his wand on him? Graham waves Mordak's glowing wand, but nothing happens. Could it be that Crispin was right, that wands only respond to their owner like a pet? I didn't remember exactly what he said. The takeaway that I got was that we need to, like, keep our wand with us and maybe you try to use it occasionally and eventually it would, like, start responding to us. But I clearly missed an aspect of that, which is we can't use someone else's wand. It won't respond to us. So that's why we need to transfer power into our wand. And presumably, since we've been carrying our wand with us this whole time, it will respond to us once it has magic power in it. I think this makes sense. I hope I'm not wrong. We're so close. I'm excited. Okay. Powerful evil wand on the left. Very nice. Powerless good wand on the right. Let's see how we're doing on points here. 235 out of 260. I'm going to do one more save here. before we put the cheese in. And let's just drop that stinky cheese right in the middle. There we go. Graham tosses the moldy cheese into the machine's bubbling liquid.
Now, why do you suppose moldy cheese is what makes this contraption work?
Did it need to be moldy? I don't know. Did it need to be cheese? Also don't know.
Never really thought of moldy cheese as a magic catalyst. Kill screen coming up.
All right, Mordak's wand now barely glows. Perhaps its power has weakened, while Crispin's old wand now appears completely energized. Love it. What you gonna do about us now? What's going on here? I'll take care of you, you swine. Will you? Graham, I've heard from Crispin.
Hey, where's Cedric been all this time?
He was outside, hiding like a coward.
Did he just get got?
He got. What the? So clearly his wand's not completely powerless. What have you done to my wand? You think you can outwit me, little man? Ha! Let me show you a thing or two. Oh, shit!
Huh. Unexpected.
Oh, no. Wand? Go.
Which one to do?
So I have a feeling I know the right one, but I kind of want to see what happens with all the wrong ones. So I'm going to go in order in what I think is least likely to help. I think raining on this beast is not going to do much. So let's try that. Oh, it's raining on Graham. That wasn't a smart move, Graham. I wish, like, I really want to see what happens with all of them. So I'm sure they all have a cute little animation that's unique to the spell, but I don't think there's any way, like, I think we gotta watch this, this bubbling animation every time. Mm. But that's okay. I believe the mongoose is the correct spell. I think next I'll try the bunny rabbit spell. This does not seem very effective against a giant serpent thing. Oh, we can actually save right here. Okay, great. So yeah, Crispin did not want to go, or Crispin, not Crispin. Cedric did not want to go down into the labyrinth with us. So he just has been hanging out outside this whole time. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's try the power of a bunny rabbit. Also not a smart move, sadly. Next we'll try tiger. That seems like it could be effective, don't you think?
You're turning yourself into different things?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's some sort of like fairy tale or fable regarding a mongoose and I want to say a snake? Is that?
Ricky Tikki Tavi?
Yeah, yes, thank you. Do you remember anything about that?
Ricky Tikki Tavi is a mongoose, and mongooses fuck up snakes. That's about all there is to it.
Right. Which I think we're supposed to know that and make some sort of connection here.
Sure.
Even though this isn't especially snake-like. So now we're going to try dragon. Or not dragon. Dragon. Tiger. Why, you little... Oh, is this going to work? What's happening? This is not what I expected.
Is this one of those? Oh, he became bigger.
Do we need to use multiple spells? I clicked the wrong thing. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
Also, which one of those is a mongoose?
I'm pretty sure this is a mongoose in the upper left.
Okay.
Yeah, now I'm guessing we have to actually use all 4 spells to defeat different forms.
Okay.
I'm thinking... Well, it rained on Graham when I used the rain cloud before. But, like... That kind of makes sense to defeat a dragon, right? Like, he's probably going to breathe fire on us if we don't do anything. So I'm going to try that. Okay, that was wrong. This is neat, though. Okay. So... Is the dragon the one we use the mongoose on? Are dragons famously afraid of bunny rabbits? Not that I can think of. But I'm relatively certain when I first played this game is when I first learned about Ricky Tikki Tavi. I was not previously familiar with that, and that's why the mongoose stood out in my mind. Like, I'm pretty sure we used that at one point. It's also interesting, I don't think there's any way to save in the middle of this sequence. Oh, maybe we can? Interesting. Okay, we're gonna try mongoose. Oops. Huh. So I guess it's bunny rabbit? Is it just like the bunny rabbit can quickly dodge the bursts of fire? Yeah. You think you're so smart, don't you? Well, I've got you now. There's the snake. Okay. say goodbye, swine. Okay. Got him. So, if this is the way you want to play... Oh! Okay, now we know what to do. Finally, it's useful to use a rain cloud on ourselves. Do we just put out Mordak?
Huh. Fascinating. Ricky took tackled his ass.
We did it, y'all! I think that's it.
Hooray!
Our final cartoon? Hell yes, we will watch it. That'd be hilarious to skip the ending cartoon. Now, why won't you work? Oh, Princess Cassima. Well, I did it. Mordak is dead. Dead? Are you sure? Maybe he's only trying to trick you. He's dead, all right. He turned himself into a fire and I put him out with rainwater. He'll never bother anyone else ever again. But now I have a bigger problem. I don't know what to do about my family or my castle. I don't know how to turn them back to normal. After all you've been through, there must be a way. That flashing pixel mouth is wonderful. Oh, Crispin! I have the solution to all your problems, Graham.
How convenient.
While you and Cedric were gone, I did some asking around and found that your son, Alexander, had the dubious distinction, if you may, of turning Mordak's brother, Mannanan, into a cat some time back.
You already knew that, Christian.
Obviously, this deed angered Mordak, who could do nothing about it since this particular spell could only be undone by the actual perpetrator, your son. It doesn't take a great genius to figure out that Mordak took your family and castle in revenge and to try to persuade Alexander to restore Mannanan back to his old self. Thank you for recapping the story, Crispin. I did discover, as you now see, that your castle and family were miniaturized and imprisoned inside a glass bottle. I did some research and found the spell for turning everything back to normal. Now watch! Hocus Pocus Aliochus. Aliochus, excuse me. Look at everybody all normal sized. Don't forget the castle, though. Valinus, my children, my joy knows no limits.
Well, you can't bring the castle back to its normal size inside of a room.
Sure.
Be reasonable.
Oh, Daddy, I'm so glad you're here. Oh, Princess Cassima, how could I forget you? Come over here. You're part of our family now, apparently. Let me introduce you to my family. This is my wife, Queen Valinus, my daughter, Princess Rosella, and my son, Prince Alexander, who started this whole mess. All of you, this is Princess Cassima from the land of the Green Isles. Without her, none of us would be standing here now. She bravely saved my life.
Here's my son, who's single, by the way.
And very handsome. My lady, I am deeply in your debt and will make it up to you. With your permission, I'd like to travel to the land of the Green Isles to see you. Not wasting any time, Alexander. Damn. All right. Now that we're done with the formalities, let's get on with business, shall we? Higgledy piggledy poo. Be assured that your castle is right back where it belongs, and the right size too. But now it's time that everyone return to their homes, with my help, of course. Don't forget about Cedric, by the way. I think he's still knocked out on the ground over there. Watch me forget to get Cedric. Alakazam, Alakazoo. Wait, what about Cedric? What? Where is Cedric?
In a heap on the floor?
He's over there? I think he's okay. He's probably okay. Over there, Mordak may have killed him. Is there anything you can do about it? That poor owl's been through a lot. Let me think. Ah, yes. I think I know. Abracabara? No. Abracadabra? Now what is that confounded word? Oh, yes. Abracadabra.
Abracadaver?
Crispin! Cedric, it sure is good to see you again. Likewise, I'm sure. All right, enough is enough. Let's get on with it. Okay, Cassima, let's send you home first. Wasn't that the land of the Green Isles? Yes, that's right. I can't wait to see my parents again. Goodbye, Alexander. Perhaps we'll meet again. You can be sure of that, milady. Before you send us all home, Crispin, I just want to thank you for all your help. And you too, Cedric. I wouldn't be standing here with my family without you two. I'm deeply, deeply grateful. All in a day's work, my boy. All in a day's work. Right, Cedric? Right, Crispin? Okay, back home you go. Alakazam, Alakazoo, Alakazee. These spells are wonderful. Well, there she is, our happy home, and we're all safe and sound once more. Got a long walk, though. Let's go home, shall we? Yes, let's. The end. Y'all owe that dude a pie. Your score? 260 out of 260 possible.
Nice.
I thought for sure we'd missed some minor little thing.
Is that the first time you've gotten all points on the first go?
In these replays, I believe so.
Nice.
Yeah. A couple of them, like 2 and 4, I think we just missed like one little thing. That said, I am going to play this one again because I really want to check out the voiced version. I haven't decided how I'm going to do that. I might do just a recording by myself that I throw up on YouTube after, or I might do a little spur of the moment impromptu stream at some point. I assume it won't take more than like an hour or two, since I know how to do everything at this point. And also I have lots of maps to use. A lot more people doing the Macintosh conversion on this one. I think at least the first few games just had like one guy that did the Macintosh port. Let's see, I think this was the gnome music.
Sounds kind of gnome-like.
I think this is actually the Dark Forest music.
Believable.
I guess the credits are just looping, but I'm enjoying the music. I suppose we'll do the usual final review of all our maps. Where is the rest of it? There's the town. That's a different game. There's the Dark Forest. There's the first attempt at the desert. There's the second, slightly more accurate attempt. I don't think either of them are entirely correct. So yes, as strongly hinted at the end there, King's Quest VI it stars Alexander again, like the third game, and he will be going to the land of the Green Isles. I don't remember all of the setup for the game. Like, obviously he's interested in seeing Casimir, but I feel like there's some kind of setup, like he's there to solve some trouble, I imagine, but I don't remember what that is. So here's the beginning area of the game. And then we have first attempt at the desert. I think there were some inaccuracies here, like the skeleton was definitely not directly next to the oasis. And I wasn't sure if I had done a poor job of keeping track of where I was, or if the desert was not entirely consistent. So I tried doing a different, more utilitarian approach, and that at least helped us get around better. And then we had slightly not very clear and a little bit messy drawing of... Oh, that's actually upside down, isn't it? Yep. That's the Dark Forest. I kept meaning to do a quick little redraw of that off stream, but I never got around to it. And then we went to... where's the entry point? I guess I forgot to mark the starting point, but we started out here once we finally made it out of town. Went across the mountaintop through Queen Isabella's castle a couple times, and then eventually wound up at this boat on the shore on the other side of the mountains. And then up at the top there is the ocean. Took us to the Harpy Island and then to the Hermit's little hut slash ship on the shore over here. And then to Mordek's Castle. Oh, right. Mordek's Castle was an automatically guided by Mermaid, so I didn't bother to map that out. And then that is all of Mordek's Castle aside from the labyrinth. Which is there. That was a fun one to map out. Certainly, aside from the desert and the labyrinth, not really that important to draw a map of it yourself, and this time the manual didn't even suggest it. But it was fun to do anyway. Oh, we finally run out of music. Perfect timing. So, next week... Oh, the music started again. Next week, we're going to do a brief little break from King's Quest. I've been thinking for a while that I wanted to do... I have a couple of different ideas for just little, like, game sampler days. One of them, at some point, I want to show off a bunch of classic Mac games, like... even older than this, like monochrome pixel art games that I grew up with. I'm not quite ready for that one. That one requires a little bit more prep work from me that I still haven't had time for. But then the other stream I've been wanting to do is just like some modern adventure games. There's a bunch of games that I'm not sure I want to stream in their entirety, but like there's either demos or I'd like to just stream a little bit of it to share it with y'all. So I'm going to do one of those next week. Originally I was thinking I would do maybe 3 games, but I started thinking about it, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to do each of these games. So I'm going to focus on 2, and I'm going to have another one lined up just in case I have some extra time. So I've been really wanting to check out the Crimson Diamond demo. If you're here Tuesday, we rated A Maple Mystery. That's Julia Minamata, who's a game dev and streamer. And she's been working on a game called The Crimson Diamond. It is... heavily inspired by The Colonel's Bequest, another Roberta Williams game that I plan on streaming at some point. I might do that one after we finish the Gabriel Knight series. But it's like a, heavily mystery-focused game. Both Colonel's Bequest and The Crimson Diamond, I think, are both very mystery focused and kind of a lot more focused on talking to characters than a lot of like Sierra games are. Typical Sierra games, you have lots of puzzles to solve and like finding objects and for trying to figure out what to do with those objects and stuff. But in this case, there's a lot more talking to people involved, so that should be interesting. And then I also want to share a bit of a game that just came out recently, last month, Perfect Tides by Meredith Gran. Meredith Gran is primarily a comics artist. Did the well-known webcomic Octopus Pie. It ran for 10 years from 2007 to 2017.
So long.
Which is just wild. I can't imagine like the commitment to do a webcomic for that long. She's also done some Adventure Time comics and all kinds of other stuff. And then a couple years back, I can't remember exactly how long it was ago, but she announced a Kickstarter to make this adventure game called Perfect Tides. And it just came out last month. In that case, I don't think there's a demo, so I think we'll just play like a chapter or two to check it out. And I think mostly that's a game I want to be selfish with and enjoy it on my own, but I do also want to share a little bit of it with y'all, so I figured just doing a chapter or two on stream would be a good way to do that. I've missed a whole bunch of chat while I was looking at my notes there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to mention. Schedule. Other scheduling stuff. So that'll be next week from today. On Monday, on Secret Crush, we'll be doing more Persona 3.
Yes.
And then on Tuesday, we'll get back to Gabriel Knight 3. And then 2 weeks from today, we will continue King's Quest and get into King's Quest 6. Shoot, I'm blanking on the subtitle. Feel free to help me out if any of y'all remember.
What was the subtitle on this one?
This one was Absence Makes the Heart Go Yonder.
Okay.
God, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite get it. I am looking at who we can raid here. I think I know what we're gonna do. Transsolar Games is currently streaming, and this is Corey and Lori Cole, the creators of the Quest for Glory series. I just want to make sure it doesn't look like they're wrapping up or anything here. It says they're playing Quest for Glory 2, but I kind of think they've just been chatting for a bit.
Looks like the subtitle for King's Quest 6 is Air Today, Gone Tomorrow.
Yes, thank you. Anyways, I don't see any signs that they're wrapping up, so I think we'll hop over there. And if I'm wrong, that's okay. Oh wait.
What's the matter?
There was just a bunch of waving.
Oh. Are they in fact wrapping up?
I don't know. That might have just been a hello or something.
Mm-hmm.
I wish. I'm also checking to make sure I spelled this. Yeah, I put too many S's in it. Okay. We'll go over there and hopefully they'll continue to stream for a little bit. Anyways, thanks y'all for hanging out for this wonderful game, King's Quest 5. Appreciate y'all being here, and I hope you have a nice weekend, and y'all take care of yourselves. We'll see you around. Bye.